Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to raise some awareness for Okami HD, which is releasing on Tuesday. Want to talk a little bit about that and how great of a game Okami is, and also want to let you guys know about a free trial for one of the better games of 2017. More on that in a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about Okami HD. The game's release is right around the corner. December 12th, 2017. This is a game that a lot of you guys probably have never played. You guys have probably never heard of Okami, so let's talk about it. But first of all, before I get into all of the positive stuff about Okami, let's talk about one of the negatives that's been confirmed for Okami HD, and that is the fact that the game is confirmed for a 30 frames per second locked. That absolutely sucks, but I can kind of understand it. First of all, this was a game that released back in like 2006 on the PlayStation 2, so I don't know how Capcom and Clover Studio developed the game. I don't know if going to 60 FPS would absolutely break this game. That may be the case why this game is locked at 30 FPS. Also, it's not like this is a game that's a high-end release that they're charging $60 for. No, it's not even $40. You can find this game right now on Green Man Gaming for just $16. So when you price a game that low, I have a little bit more leeway in terms of things like not having keyboard and mouse support and not being 60 frames per second or an unlocked frame rate. I can forgive that a little bit, but only if the game is priced accordingly. And Okami HD, in my opinion, is priced accordingly. Now let's talk a little bit about Okami, the game itself. This is an absolutely excellent game, released back on the PlayStation 2, like I said, in 2006. It won numerous Game of the Year awards, is recognized by many to be a fantastic game, very similar to something like The Legend of Zelda, and it's very unique in terms of thematics and storytelling. You play as Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess, in the form of a white wolf. It's got some really cool gameplay, the visuals are great, and overall, this is a game that I think you guys should have your eyes on. If you don't want to pick it up right away, wait and see how the actual port turns out, because while that 30 FPS lock is a thing, who knows how the actual game will turn out. I do have positive hopes for it, as this is a game published by Capcom and they put out the excellent HD port of Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, so I expect similar results out of Okami HD. But if you want to wait for the release and wait to see how others judge it, that may be a good idea, although with Steam refunds being a thing, that's not as big of an issue. However, if you are looking to pick up the game from Green Man Gaming or another e-tailer, know that those keys will not be eligible for Steam refunds, so just bear that in mind. So waiting might not be a bad idea. At the very least, I would highly recommend for you guys to put Okami HD on your wish list, and then down the line, maybe during the winter sale, probably not because it's so soon after this game's release, more likely than not like a summer sale, when this game is down to $5 or $10, that would be a perfect time to pick it up. But now that it's already $16 on release, I think it's already a great price as long as the port is good. Speaking of the port, let's also go over the system requirements really quickly, which are kind of high. I kind of have a little bit of worry on that front, but nonetheless, let's go over them. For minimum CPU requirement, which this is actually what bugs me out a little bit, it's the CPU requirement. Everything else is kind of tame. You're looking at an Intel Core i5 2500 3.3 GHz as minimum. Again, this is originally a PS2 game. Why is the i5 minimum? I don't know. And recommended is an Intel Core i7 3770 at 3.4 GHz. That's just absolutely insane. And then it gets really weird because minimum RAM requirement is 2 GB of RAM. That's very low. Recommended is 8 GB of RAM, but still, comparatively speaking to what you have as minimum CPU and recommended CPU, 2 GB of RAM and 8 GB of RAM are extremely tame. For GPU requirement on the minimum side, this is also kind of higher than I would expect, but it is an older GPU in the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 470. The 470 was a great GPU when it released, but obviously it's been a long time since that GPU's been released. On the recommended side, you do have a GeForce GTX 950, and the 950 isn't that much more powerful than the 470, so again, that's very weird. These system requirements just come across a little fishy to me, that's all. And finally, I do want to mention the storage space, which is 34 GB, which is kind of high, once again, a PS2 game, but I believe this game is going to release with multiple language tracks, so that is a big reason for the large file size. So yeah, there you have that. I still have a few reservations about Okami HD. As long as the port is good, as long as it runs at a consistent 30 FPS, I can kind of forego that frame rate lock a little bit. Outside of that, I also want to let you guys know that there is a free trial for The Evil Within 2, another Bethesda title, which is interesting. They seem to be doing these free trials a little bit after the game releases. They did that with Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, and I think that's a good idea. The majority of people that wanted to play these games have already bought the game, so why not give consumers and people that are a bit tentative about certain games a chance to play the game for free? You can play through the opening chapter of the game, and it's absolutely free. And I think The Evil Within 2 is a very good survival horror game. The first Evil Within was very good, and Evil Within 2 builds upon that really well, and with this game, you don't even have to play the first game, you can jump right into The Evil Within 2. That's a bit different than Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, because with The New Colossus, I would highly recommend to play The New Order before you jump into that game. With The Evil Within 2, you can play it outright, so if you want to see how the game runs, if you just want a taste of the game, definitely check out the free trial for The Evil Within 2. I think the majority of you guys are going to really enjoy it, and it looks great on PC as well. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about Okami HD? What do you think about the game being locked to 30 FPS? It's a game that hardly anyone is talking about right now, so I did want to get the word out about that. And let me know your thoughts on The Evil Within 2 if you've checked it out, if you're planning to check out the free trial. Sound off in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.